In March 1996, real estate billionaire Robert Bigelow founded the National Institute for Discovery Science, NIDS, a private scientific group built to investigate paranormal activity with precision and credibility. This wasn't a fringe group. NIDS featured experts with PhDs in everything from physics and biology to psychology and veterinary medicine. Bigelow's goal? Cut through fantasy with cold, hard data. Soon after forming, NIDS caught wind of a Utah ranch plagued by UFOs and unexplainable events. Local papers had quoted Terry Sherman, the property's owner, describing the bizarre phenomena. Though skeptical of aliens, Terry suspected military tech and wanted answers. By summer, Bigelow's team met with the Shermans. Gwen and the kids were ready to flee. Terry was bitter. He didn't want to abandon his land without knowing what had driven them out. He agreed to sell under one condition. He would stay on as ranch manager. NIDS accepted, and the property changed hands. By September, trailers, mobile labs, and livestock arrived. The team, now stationed full-time, began with environmental and psychological testing. Was the water contaminated? Did plants emit hallucinogenic spores? Were electromagnetic fields or infrasound triggering hallucinations? Every theory failed, apart from a few distant lights in the sky. Nothing much happened for months. Some scientists started to doubt the Shermans' wild accounts, but that wouldn't last long. March 9, 1997. Terry and Gwen were tagging calves in a field. They marked one newborn, then walked 300 yards away to tag more. A nearby dog growled. Then Terry saw the mother cow pacing in panic. The calf was dead. Its stomach cavity had been emptied. Organs gone. Bones exposed. One ear, just tagged 45 minutes earlier, was sliced cleanly off. Not a drop of blood. The ranch vet was stunned. The mutilation was surgical. No predator could have done it. And the dogs refused to leave their shelters for days afterward. Something had come and gone. And it hadn't been seen. 3 days later, the dogs again barked wildly. Terry and the team rushed to the field. There, spotlight caught two glowing yellow eyes, 20 feet up in a tree. Terry stepped out with his rifle and took aim. He saw a huge creature. It didn't flinch. He fired. The eyes vanished, and a heavy thud followed. They rushed over, but nothing was there. Then, deeper in the trees, Terry fired again. Whatever it was fled, crashing through the brush. All they found were two massive clawed footprints, each 14 inches long, 20 feet apart. Then, silence. April 2nd. Terry and Gwen passed their corral and saw their 4 prized bulls calmly standing. Inside. If anything happens to those bulls, Gwen remarked that an hour later, they returned, and the bulls were gone. The corral was locked. No sign of escape. Then Terry climbed onto a nearby trough and looked into an old trailer, and used for years. All 4 bulls were inside, standing silently, crammed together, as if in a trance. When Terry shouted, they panicked, kicking open the trailer and storming out. The trailer entrance had been sealed shut with wire. Cobwebs confirmed it hadn't been opened. And yet somehow, 4 massive bulls had appeared inside. A scan later revealed something even stranger. The corral's bars had become magnetized. Later that month, Colm Kelleher was investigating tracks when he noticed a heavy, musky scent. He felt watched, overwhelmed by a chilling sense of something nearby but unseen. His teammate, walking in the same area, reported the exact same feeling, and his compass had spun wildly before returning to normal. Whatever it wasn't just physical. It could affect the mind. June. Kelleher and physicist Eric Davis set up a stakeout near the Middle Homestead, a known hotspot. Eric wore night vision goggles. Colm handled the camera. Suddenly, the dogs cowered. Eric tensed. There's something in the trees, black, massive. Then he went quiet. It's got me, he muttered. It says, we're watching you. Eric seemed to be under its control. A minute later, the presence faded, and he returned to normal, but visibly shaken. In August, 2 researchers took up a ridgeside position overlooking the homestead. One had infrared binoculars. The other monitored equipment. Suddenly, a light appeared in the field. To the naked eye, it was faint, but through infrared, it was brilliant. It's not a light, one said. It's a tunnel. Then he froze. There's something crawling out. A black, featureless figure emerged, crawling on elbows and knees. then ran up the ridge at unnatural speed. Both men heard it sprint by, then came silence, and the same musky stench that in the months that followed. The NIDS team experienced almost every phenomenon the Shermans had reported. Bright orbs evading capture disc-shaped objects in the sky unseen. Creatures mutilated livestock poltergeist-like activity magnetic disturbances audible underground rumblings. Then, by 1998, things began to fade. Activity dropped. The investigation continued until 2004, but never regained momentum. Many skeptics point out that NIDS failed to gather hard proof, but they did capture footage, mostly of orbs. Terry Sherman had recorded some, too. These clips appear in Jeremy Corbell's Hunt for the Skinwalker documentary. The problem? Most sightings occurred at night. The orbs appeared as tiny, indistinct lights, nothing conclusive. Still, NIDS members believed the phenomena were sentient and reactive. Whatever it was, it didn't want to be filmed. Equipment failed. Cameras were aimed in the wrong direction. Events never repeated the same way. It was like being outplayed by an invisible opponent. Could the Shermans have made it up to ditch bad property? That theory doesn't hold. Why tell stories that would scare off buyers? Plus, neighbors reported similar incidents, some dating back generations. Reports of flying orbs, creatures, and strange lights stretch back centuries across the Uinta Basin. Bigelow certainly wasn't chasing profit. He kept the ranch private for 20 years. Mass delusion? Unlikely. Psychological and environmental tests found nothing. And many events left behind physical evidence. Aliens? Possibly, but samples analyzed by the NIDS team showed no signs of alien materials. Everything was terrestrial in origin, native. American curses? Some events mirrored Navajo legends of skinwalkers, and Ute tribal members had long spoken of a dark presence. But that couldn't explain everything. Military testing? Terry suspected government experiments. Some of the incidents suggested advanced tech or psychological manipulation. To test further, NIDS consulted remote viewers, trained psychic spies, once used by intelligence agencies. Point 1 drew an accurate map of the ranch with no prior knowledge. Another described portals and underground installations. A third claimed to see interdimensional drones performing mutilations, possibly linked to military projects. Most of the viewers walked away with dark impressions, feelings of dread, death, and evil. Some believe Skinwalker Ranch isn't just haunted, but that it's a portal, a place where entities pass between worlds. Aliens, cryptids, spirits, orbs, all could be part of the same phenomenon. Glimpses into another dimension. These entities appear briefly, then vanish, and they don't like being watched. Despite the terror, not one human was harmed. But animals? Many were mutilated or vaporized. Whatever it was, it knew the difference. It could read minds, anticipate reactions, even respond to conversations, as if playing tricks. Something was behind the curtain, and it was aware. The Shermans moved away and never looked back. Bigelow sold the ranch in 2016 to a secretive firm called Adamantium Real Estate, on the condition that research would continue. After the sale, activity surged as UFOs were photographed, hovering over the homestead once again. To hunt for the Skinwalker. The new owner is asked how he responds to skeptics. His reply: "You're delusional. What truly haunts Skinwalker Ranch? Is it science? Magic? A prankster god? A military experiment? We may never know. But if these stories are true, this isn't just a haunted ranch, that it's a window into something else." Subscribe for more strange stories and stay curious.